This is going to be out of Madison, Wisconsin. Now, Black Lives Matter disrupted a law enforcement memorial, and Madison honoring the heroes that were killed in the line of duty in 2020 and so far in 2021 by waving American flags that said F12, lost the song After Police. Now, the ceremony was held in Capitol Square near the Law Enforcement Officers Memorial on May 7th and attended by the immediate families of fallen heroes. Members of law enforcement and elected officials, including Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers and Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Cole. But a few minutes after the memorial ceremony began, a small group of Black Lives Matter. Hey, how you doing? A small group of Black Lives Matter protesters screaming obscenities through a megaphone and blasting anti-police music with obscene lyrics. Now, um, as we all know, these people get what they want. If they don't get what they want, then they will cause violence until they get what they want. And that right there is why Joe Biden is in office. Because Trump would just send the National Guard in there and get it under control, as we've seen before. Joe Biden is going to try to cater to them and be like, well, let's work it out. Let's talk about it. You can't talk to people like this. They want what they want and they will get what they want one way or another. Whether they have to cause violence or you just cave to them, which Joe Biden has done plenty of times. Now, when the speaker thanked the governor for attending a protest, Joe, we don't like Governor Evers. Someone off camera approached the protest and asked him to leave, and a man in a blue and yellow jersey screamed that he wanted to know what law he was breaking. We have a right to protest, someone else yelled. Black Lives Matter. Now, as far as the group Black Lives Matter goes, alright? If you are white, if you are black, Hispanic, female, male, alright? If you need a group of people to tell you that your life matters, there's a problem. Alright, as you as a person should value your life. You shouldn't need a group of people to tell you that your life matters. That's how I feel about that. Now, children are being sucked into this. I don't know how many times I've walked into a grocery store and I've seen children wearing masks that say Black Lives Matter. Alright, and that's fine. All lives matter, but if you say that, then you're automatically racist. Because I guarantee you, now I don't wear masks, but anyways, I guarantee you, if I walked into a grocery store, had a mask that said all lives matter or white lives matter, I would be the problem. But the person behind me can have a Black Lives Matter mask on, and that would be said. But if I had a All Lives Matter mask or White Lives Matter mask, I would be the problem there. That's my whole thing. All right. Again, if you want to have a group of people tell your life matter, that's fine. All right, I could care less. If you need that in your life, but when you start destroying stuff, start threatening people, then it's a problem. And again, this is an event for officers that have been killed in the line of duty. All right. And I get trolls on here all the time talking about, we don't need officers, what do officers ever do for us? Okay. Couple of examples, alright? And here's the biggest example, alright? Las Vegas massacre at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Alright? This man killed 58 people. And I believe he wounded 870 or 880 people. Alright? So that's close to 1,000 people. That's like 940 people right there that is injured because this man is open fire. Alright, and honestly, it probably would have been a lot more than that if it was not for the security guard and the technician who was coming up there to fix a door jam. So honestly, if it wasn't for them, the number probably would be in the thousands. But again, if it was not for officers arriving on scene, more people would have died and more people would have got shot. That's just how it is. I mean, I watched. Hey, how you doing? I watched multiple videos of officers taking people and getting them to a hospital where it was a difference between life and death. I mean, one woman got shot in the head, and the man ran up to them and pretty much told the officer, "I need you to take my wife." And they were told it was the difference between life and death. Right? They literally took the woman in a patrol car, got her to the hospital, carried her in. That was the difference between life and death. Alright? So, if it was not for those officers, that man would have just had free range and nobody would have been able to stop him except another person who was armed with a weapon. But this man had 5,000 rounds left of live ammunition. And he had like 20 something guns. So he was ready to kill as many people as he could and die. And yeah, he shot 900 something people, which is unreal. But at the end of the day, people still want to scream defund the police. But who was going to stop that active shooter? Because the cops didn't know where he was. So you definitely are not going to know where that shooter is. You're not going to know where he is. And you're not going to be able to stop him. Alright, it's I mean, the same thing with any other a school shooting. All right, you take cops out of school shooters. What's gonna stop the school shooter from just free range? That's gonna give him an extra 2 to 3 minutes of killing, and that 2 to 3 minutes is a lot of time. And that's just officers arriving on scene. That's not them addressing what the subject is or anything like that. So, like when people yell defund the police, it makes them look stupid. Alright. Just like 4 officers were shot and killed. Or excuse me, 4 officers were shot and wounded in Alabama